Well, hello YouTube, and today we have a bit of an oddity. Like any of the stuff on my channel is normal. Anyway, this is a Motorola 9100 386 mobile workstation out of a police car. Yeah, but it's got a standard keyboard that's fairly crusty and very UV damaged. The keys are all cracked and everything. The screen's got a lot of burn in, and there's in the center it's completely burnt through. On the back here we have a connector and the antenna connector. On the side here I believe are brightness for the screen and brightness for the lights. That it has lights underneath here to light the keyboard, and this panel lights up here. On the bottom of it now we have the tag. It's upside down here. I'll zoom on that later. We have what looks like two serial ports, possibly a SCSI port. Looks like a reset button. Another serial port possibly. Not sure. It looks like a joystick connector, but I doubt that. It's probably some proprietary interface. And whoops, under here we have some sort of docking connector, and that's covered up, so apparently that was not used. This big chunk of aluminum here is the radio unit, and presumably it requires its own power source because it has its own tag, and we'll look at that again later. There's a little reset button there and what appears to be either PC card slots or memory card slots on the right hand side here. On the left hand side we just have a fan. Nothing too exciting about that. But as you can see, there's some cracks in here and on this side as well. Okay, so the first one, it's a Motorola mobile workstation model D3111A, and the FCC ID and serial number complies with FCC rules and all that stuff, and made by Motorola. Here's something you don't see every day, made in Israel. Quality check sticker. And up here we have the tag on the big aluminum box on the bottom. It's the RF kit, FUF1603A. Being that it is a model number 9100 386, I believe it's a 386 processor inside. Instead of powering this thing up, let's do something different. Take it apart this time. We'll be back. Okay, well, I'm sorry to say, guys, but we had a bit of an accident. Yeah. It's kind of... yeah. Just kidding. Here's a good one here. I found this one here on eBay, and it was 35 bucks. I believe, and I picked it up. I won the auction. It was free shipping, and well, it was packed like it would have been free shipping. And this is how it arrived. I have the keyboard for it somewhere. I thought the keyboard was in the box because I brought these two units up from my parents' place where I had them stored a few days ago. I thought the keyboard was in the box, but apparently it wasn't, so I have to look for the keyboard for it. But this one, believe it or not, was in better condition than the other one that I have. Unfortunately, it's in pieces. So, but the keyboard was in like readable condition and somewhat readable condition. The screen is not in nearly as bad of condition, and I sent them pictures of it on YouTube, and they refunded my money for it and told me just to keep the thing because they didn't want it back. So yeah, so here we've got our teardown candidate, and we don't have to worry about damaging or destroying the one that actually, well, maybe works. So Here's one of the little lenses that from the light that kind of just snaps on there, I think. That doesn't even stay on, the clips are broken off. But these are little, they look like fuses, but they're little tiny light bulbs. Oh, that's kind of cool. We've got a little date code here. Don't know if you can see that, but it reads February 21st, 1987. Here's the main unit. And this one was from Phoenix. And this one actually does still have the mounting bracket on it. Yeah, so let's start with the bottom here. Probably the easiest thing, get the bracket off of here. And I'm going to need a bigger screwdriver. Okay, there's the mount off. So, okay, that just kind of slides, wedges in there, and is just held in by the two screws. And okay, no, that just, oh, that's just a regular pin header. I was expecting that to, well, I don't know why I was expecting that to be a different kind of socket, because, oops, we lost a screw. But this is the RF unit, and we'll take that apart later since it's its own little module. There's a can here. See if we can pop this out, see what this is. I wonder if this is maybe a hard drive for the thing, or... Oh, nope, backup batteries. Corroded backup batteries. 48-hour charge, backup NightCat battery, 7.2 volt, 350 milliamp, new 12/28 2000. Date code 007. Any other screws? Well, I think these 6 screws here, yeah, these 6 screws used to hold the screen module on, and they're, yeah, garbage. And I'm not sure, I'm guessing this would be power supply. It seems with the huge heat sinks there. Although we do have an RF cable coming in through here, a little coax cable. If I can pull that off of there, you can see that little mini coax connection. Not sure what this board is. I'm not sure if it says. We've got a RF coil that's completely smashed there. It doesn't say on the board what it is. Okay, so presumably this cable, I think, goes to the keyboard. This one here goes to this board. Omnivision Inc. This might be the CRT driver board. Possibly. No, we've got, oh, yeah, duh. We've got the CRT neck connector right here. So this is apparently the CRT driver. And then we've got this is the video output from the CPU unit, which is in the shielding here. This connector here connects apparently into in here with the where all these buttons are and the connectors, but I don't see a place for this connector to connect. Yeah, right here on the side. We've got a little tag over here, AmiBIOS, copyright 1992, American AmiBIOS, copyright 1992, American Megatrends 386SX BIOS. That's odd. In 1992, and then the date stamped on here was 1987 it looked like. Or maybe that might be a 1994. Not much to see, it looks like. Okay, this riser board's held on with a couple clips here. Let's see if we can pop that off. Part numbers on here. What's holding these together? Nothing. So here we've got, let's see, AMD, Advanced Micro Devices, AM386SX/SXL25. That appears to be the processor. Chips. That's probably the chipset. A couple RAM slots here, 30-pin, or yeah, 30-pin SIM slots. In some Intel flash memory here. So apparently this thing runs completely on flash. It doesn't have a hard drive in it. Motorola data division. So this might be the radio controller board. There's a place here for, it looks like could have been an RF can on there, but they omitted it. There's a header connector here that's not populated, possibly for programming or testing. And you can see the board layers are nicely numbered. So this is a 8-layer board, apparently. Yep, you can see here's the one on here. It's not even silk screened. And if you hold it up to the light, we can see, I don't think it's focusing on that, but on here you can see on the bottom the 8 is not silk screened. And here's this little plastic divider board. And this is the bottom power supply and port connector board. So I want to be careful not to damage the CRT here, because possibly this CRT may be able to be used in the other unit, and that's not even held in anymore because the mounting plates are shot. Actually, it doesn't even seem to have mounting plates. And this was Teletube Electronics Limited, type, what is it, ST402PS28NI. And in this part here we have our flyback transformer and circuitry. Some nice knobs. I'm not going to bother taking that out, it's just buttons. Nothing much to see there. But what's interesting is and they have an LED, green LED there. I'm not sure what that's for. Okay, so this is the RF unit. Some RF wizardry. No, I don't think that's going to come out. I don't even know how that's held down. Glued down? No, clip there that does nothing. There's screws I see coming through there, but oh wait, is this screw? Possibly. Maybe. Probably not. Nope, that just covers the little tiny little coax connector that runs into the back. So I am guessing that this is going to be the actual radio unit for this. And this in the back here is probably going to be a power amplifier. Okay, and well, there wasn't as much in here as I was expecting with this huge heat sink on the back. I was thinking there was going to be amplifier transistors mounted onto here. All we have is a little right angle adapter from this tiny coax to a larger connector with a screw-on terminal that goes to the back main antenna connector here, and what appears to be the power supply for the radio. So yeah, I was expecting something a little bit more interesting. But yeah, whatever it is, it's definitely nicely shielded with this heavy aluminum casting, and there's a strip in here of probably conductive sealant to keep this all sealed up. So yeah, there we go.